Hello everyone, welcome to today's video where today we have a pretty special package. This is actually my first Mezco package directly from Mezco, not from, like Big Bad Toy Store or eBay or something like that. This is directly from Mezco and it's a Mezco store exclusive, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive actually. This is the red New 52 Nightwing and I was thinking, I'm getting both. I'm definitely getting the blue version. I was thinking I would just keep the red version and just do a review of the blue version. But I think what I'm going to do, in a perfect world, I would have gotten them both delivered and just did them both at the same time. I think I'll just take a full in-depth review of this one. And then when the blue one comes, we'll do a review for that one too, but it'll be a lot shorter. I won't really go into any of the accessories like in detail. And I'll just show what the figure looks like with the blue instead of the red. So yeah, let's get this open and let's take a look at what it looks like. I will be right back with that. Alright, and now he's out of the box, but now we gotta get him out of the plastic packaging. And yeah, I'm really excited to get into this. I mean, Nightwing is my favorite character of all time, so, I'd say it every Nightwing review I do. I think I have a few Nightwing reviews up on the channel. Yeah, you got the Mezco store exclusive logo right there. And yeah, this is gonna be awesome. You also get, I think they call these Mezits. I forgot that they actually send these with every figure, so we'll open that guy up too. Look what he looks like. Oh, I got a pink one, and it has a little hat, and I think there's something else in there too. A little cane, maybe? Yeah, no, it's a nunchucks. Okay. Anything else in there? I didn't know they came with little accessories too. That's cool. I honestly thought these Mezits were usually the roach that comes with Gomez, and they pop apart pretty easily too. This is pretty cool, honestly. You can get a hat with him, put him around. You could probably do something with these, make little customs out of them. Do a little whole universe if you got a bunch of these guys, because you can pop them apart and pop them together, so. Alright, well, you probably didn't see that on screen, but I got a little Mezit with it. He's got waist swivel, arm articulation, head articulation, removable hat, which kind of looks funny without the hat, I will be honest. Little nunchuck, arm articulation, and leg articulation. So this is this small and it has this much articulation. Hasbro can totally do an articulated Rocket Raccoon and who else? Howard the Duck. Let's talk about that, Hasbro. But yeah, people could totally start making figures this small. Now, let's get out of this, and yeah, we'll put him in the background. He'll now be a little friend in the background with the rest, and we're going to look at Nightwing. Well, first we'll look at the actual packaging. Let's pull the camera back a little bit. Probably get it back a little farther. Get the knife out of here. Make sure it's all clear. Yeah, okay. And this is the new 52 look, which I will be honest is not my favorite look for Nightwing. My favorite look is just the blue. I like Disco Dick too. I like a lot of his looks, honestly. And this is just the same thing on all sides. Get the stuff on the bottom, get Nightwing on the top. You get the Batman logo for some reason instead of the Nightwing logo, but it's just the packaging, so we're gonna pull this out. I guess we'll reveal it this way then, huh? Oh, well. And it seems like it has a lot of stuff with it too. You got the certificate of authenticity, so that you can tell that this is a authentic packaging. And then there's some directions we'll look at once we are looking at the actual figure. And you have, 2 trays, so we'll look at both trays, don't worry. I will totally get into the accessories when it's time. I love my accessories. Oh, it's 3 trays, so we'll look at all 3 trays. We'll pull him out. And this has been 3 months waiting for this guy. We've been waiting for the blue one for, I think a year now. And this one was announced just randomly as a Sdcc exclusive. And then it went up. It was actually up for enough time for me to order it for once. And I had to get it because it's Nightwing. I would have sold my left testicle for... This is my dream Mezco figure, if I'm being honest. Not this version, the blue version, but And if they made Disco Dick Nightwing, that would be just crazy incredible. And then my other dream was for a, well, it was honestly for a Batgirl, but if I could get this off, sorry, was for a Red Hood, and then they're doing a Red Hood now. Oh, so great. So hopefully they get around to a Batgirl eventually, because we got a Robin, a Nightwing, a Red Hood, plenty of Batmans, which, you know, I'm not mad at getting a bunch of Batmans. That sells, they sell, so why wouldn't they make them? But if we could get a Batgirl on that new body, and maybe a Alfred even, that would be cool. And oh, this guy looks awesome. He's just like Arkham. This is how I feel about him, is Arkham. Like the Arkham design, you just take all that armor and stuff and just throw it at Nightwing. That's kind of how I feel about this guy. And I will be honest, I have a custom of this version of Nightwing already. Let me grab him. So, my buddy already made a custom of this version. And I ordered this probably close to a year ago. Maybe it was even before. It was definitely before this version was announced. But it wasn't before the blue version was announced, I don't think. I think the blue version was already announced. And it didn't come with hands. I had to get my own hands. But the Mezco Snake Eyes and the Mezco, these are the Batman from the Matt Reeves Batman. Those hands all fit on this perfectly well. So I just did that. So this guy is taller, which I do like. I like a short Dick Grayson, but I think I also can view him as tall, so I'm cool with that. And yeah, we'll look more at that in size comparisons, but I just want to say, I do have a figure already of him, and I cherish that figure, and that figure will not be going anywhere. I just figured I'd show that off. And that is kind of the version of Nightwing that I prefer, is like just a cloth suit, no gadgets all over him, like no raised stuff. But this is a different, version, and I'm glad to have this as well. This could honestly, you put a Batman Beyond head on there, you could make this a very dope-ass, like, your own version of Batman Beyond. Whew, that's tempting to change the neck out to a black one, because I feel like Mezco necks are pretty easy to change, because they're two jointed. So yeah, you know what, that might be a future custom. Get this body, because I don't think I will buy this figure again. It cost me about $150 altogether after shipping. By the way, just so everyone knows, that's about the price. It's about $125 and then $25 shipping, if it's even still up. But he's so worth it. I'm going to be honest, he's not Mafex level of articulation. I can already tell you that. But he is a very dope figure, and I really like him. I'm glad to have him in my collection. I keep saying that, but oh, he's beautiful. Oh, he is so beautiful. And just so you know, this is him next to the Mafex, so he is a lot taller. And I always felt this Mafex was kind of undersized, so I'm glad to have a taller one for my Mezco. But this guy's not going anywhere. This is the almost perfect Nightwing for me. There's just not enough smiling head sculpts. But, just look at that candy red, glossy red all over the figure. These things, I'm not a fan of these being on there. I feel like that's scary, and I feel like those will snap eventually, and they're not removable. So if they snap, you just have a snap piece of plastic on your figure. So that is one thing I will mention. And I saw that there's removable gauntlet pieces on here. I'm not a fan of that either. The Destro one that has like a removable gauntlet piece really sucks. The Mafex Mando has that too, and it's very loose as well. So yeah, we'll put him to the side for a second. And we'll look at the actual accessories. We'll do this, actually. This might be easier. Let's take them out like that. Pull the heads out. Pull all the hands out. Sorry, I know this is not the most professional video, but I wanted to look at this figure ASAP because I haven't really seen anybody covering it. I think there was like one video from a few months back, and I feel like the guy didn't really get into the figure enough and all the accessories and everything comes with and articulation. I feel like mostly he just showed off the figure, which is fine. That has that market too. But I'm also always really interested in the accessories that Mezco does, because I think they do the best accessories. So this is going to be bag one. So for bag one, or tray one, you know what I mean? We're gonna have 3 heads, and they're wrapped up like Dexter got a hold of them, so let me just pull that off. Side note, who else has been getting a bunch of Dexter reels on everything lately? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I've been getting so much Dexter content, and I don't know why. I've never even seen the show, but it's making me want to. So for heads, you get the unmasked Dick Grayson head sculpt, which is okay. He looks a little weird, little dead-eyed. There's not enough lip paint. I feel like it doesn't look as realistic as some Mezco head sculpts can get. And then you get like a crazy... It looks crazy to me. People have described this as like talking shit, you know. I don't see it that way. Also, I have a paint mishap on mine. You see that? That's not supposed to be like that. Maybe it is, and it's just really a bad sculpt, but I feel like that should be black. Or no? Maybe not. I don't know. It just looks bad, so. And then you get like an angrier one. As far as Mezco goes, I feel like that's not a good amount of head sculpts. The Steelbox Wolverine got like 6, 7 head sculpts, and they're great. I want more like that. I would omit this unmasked head sculpt for more Smiley Dick head sculpts. Those are what I want. And then as far as hands go, you get an array of hands. We'll look at all of them right now. So, get a handful of hands. You get these are the, like, I think he's holding wingdings. These might just be darts. These might just be he's holding darts, because Nightwing does have darts a lot of times. And then he's got fists on the body, obviously. These ones are also fists, but they're like knuckle dusters. He's got like these are probably, you know, electrocution. They're like probably enhanced. And compared to the other hand, you see there's like the little knuckle duster part on there. You can see it's gripped into there, like he's holding it. So that's pretty cool to have. And then these ones are kind of like, well, he only has one of these, so we'll look at this one. This one's kind of like he's holding, they kind of look like Terrific, like the Mr. Terrific spheres that he uses, but these are probably just like smoke bombs. If you can see it in there, it's hard to look at that. We're going to move the figure off to the back, so this will focus. See, it's like that. That's a nice sculpt. And then you get these finger hands, like, looks like the Marvel Legends standard magic hands, but they're Mezco. They're like him, probably spinning. Those are probably for the spinning effects. And then you get one splayed out hand, which is really stupid for Nightwing. He should have 2 of these. I'm actually kind of pissed off that he doesn't. That's a horrible choice. He should have more of those. You get like a battle pose. You could use that as a landing hand or grabbing someone's face hand. You get, obviously, if you like holding hands, like you can hold in Eskimo sticks with these ones. And Mezco has the best hands. They're so soft and supple. And then you have a singular dart holding hand. And then these ones are probably also for holding darts, but you do it yourself, is what I'm assuming. And then the last set of hands are effect hands. It's him throwing smoke bombs, and they're 2 different. This one's like kind of, they're all going up, and these ones are all spreading out. So they're kind of different, which is kind of cool to have. And then you get a second tray of accessories. And we're going to get into those too. I'm going to stop the video so I can pull them out. Or maybe y'all like the unboxing segment. Maybe y'all want to see that. It's just, I'm a little disorganized at this moment because I have 15 DC figures sitting next to me. We're going to do this. We're going to see if I can... Hey, maybe I did it. Okay. So for accessories, you get... Number 1, you get the... This is the holster for the Eskimo sticks. And you just put this on the figure, I'm assuming. It looks like there would be a place... One of these definitely pops off, right? Maybe not. Well, but what I assume you do is you just put it on like this. And maybe it doesn't even snap. Maybe it just stands there like that so that you don't have to snap it. And it can just be on there so it doesn't hinder any articulation. I don't know for a fact, but I feel like that's probably the best choice. But... what I would prefer is this not be on there at all and just have the actual holster, which is probably what I'll end up doing. Probably cut that off and then have that on there, but we'll keep that on there for now. And then you have the Eskrima sticks. You get a few of them, it looks like. So you get 2 normal ones. These ones have holes in them. These ones don't have holes in them. Okay, so these are just, you know, extra, just in case you lose them. And you can use this middle extender piece to make it look like it's extended. I'd be careful with these. These always break on me. The suppressor ones always break on me. The bullet effects are a little better, but yeah. I wouldn't shove it all the way in. I'd honestly keep it like that. And when you pull it out, I would be really careful. Honestly, I'm probably just going to do it like that. But yeah, and then you have an extended Eskrima stick. So, yes, that's nice to get. And then these are the dart launching effects for the forearms. We'll get into that in a second. And then for more Eskrima sticks, you have 2 spinning effect ones. And these ones are really soft. So these will fit really well into those one hands. I'm assuming these are the hands that they're for. I think you just throw, yeah, that's what they're for. And it looks nice in there. So that's what those are for. And then you get 3 wingdings. That's what Nightwing's batarangs are called. So these are his wingdings. I'm glad to have these. I say wingdings sometimes, but it's wingdings. I'm really glad to have these because I don't have any wingdings in my collection. So I've been using batarangs for my Nightwing, but now all my Nightwings can have wingdings. And then you get a couple of just grappling hooks. You get a rope one and then a wired one. And yeah, that's it. So for this, I'd say that they should have done what Mafex did and do a wired Eskrima stick, you know, with the wired like rope thing. True, you can use this one in there. This one plugs in, but it's just got you're limited. It's just a grappling hook. I would like to see it without a grappling hook. You know, have them both connected like Nightwing often does. This does have a little thing that I think you can plug in there. Yeah, you can plug this in there. So you can have, like I said, you can have it like that, but I would prefer to have it 2-sided. And then the last, you know, little thingamajiggy for the pages, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. You get these are probably, in a lot of people's eyes, the least important things, but in my eyes, these are very important things to have. So, number 1, you get things I will never use. You get these. These will be used once I get the blue one, but these just don't match the red. I wish they were either changed to red or they omitted these and gave him like I said, the apparatus to make his billy clubs or Eskrima sticks, however you want to pronounce, or however you want to say it, around. And these are really soft, so I don't know if these are going to hold their shape very well. So these might go to like an Electro or an Iceman or something. They're nice to get, don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't feel like they really go with the new Tip 52 design all that well. And then you also get a bag. You can write his name on it, put all of his accessories in there. And then one of the most important accessories to me, because I love Mezco stands, you get the Nightwing, and then you get the Mezco stand, and I love these. This is the one's a little loose, which is very odd for Mezco, and they're never loose, for me at least. And you can just take this, pop out that middle. You could have it like that if you wanted to, but no one in their right mind will do that. I want the Nightwing logo on there, so you can do that. Put Nightwing up on there, and yeah, he's really awesome. And now I will show how these blue gauntlets work now. So you pull this out. Oh, well, I don't want to lose that. Oh, thank God. And then there's like a shape. So honestly, even if you lost that, that kind of looks cool too, if I'm being honest with you. But you have a little, these are all a lot tighter than the Destro as well. So you can plug that in and he can shoot the darts out. That is very nice to have. But I'll be honest, I will probably very rarely use that unless I'm doing action shots, of course. Speaking of which, let's get into some articulation first. So first, what we're going to do is put these in here and show you that they can go in there. I don't know exactly which way they go in there. Like that kind of. That looks kind of stupid to me, but I think that's how the promo pictures have it in the blue version. And this version, maybe. I don't know how to exactly get this one in there, though. What I would prefer to do is probably put them underneath. But I will say that this is very soft, so I don't think it will break. But it might separate. You do it too much, it might separate from the actual cloth, so be careful. This does not want to go in. Blimey. I don't know where I put... Okay, there's other Eskimo sticks, so we'll try these ones, I guess. This one just doesn't want to go in. Okay, well, so we're discovering together. These ones just don't kind of... Oh, wait. You can do that? Oh, so it separates. I think this one just has extra plastic in there, so it's hard to do, maybe. Okay. Well, you can do something like that. And that's what I'd honestly prefer, so I'm cool with that. But I still never going to use that. I also don't feel like these Eskimo sticks are big enough. I feel like they should be a little bit bigger if we're nitpicking. And the last nitpick, like I said, I wish he had a lot more smiling options, because that's what I think of when I think of Dick Grayson. So I just figured I'd show off those in the holster. For articulation, this is probably standard Mezco, right? He's got good head movement. Good for looking up. He does have the longer kind of mullety hair that he has a lot of times, so he's not going to get the most head movement, but you can kind of pop it off the jaw or off the ball and kind of do it a little bit for action poses. Look, bury the chin, tilt. The head is pretty good. And then for the arms, you can get full T-pose. That's about as far as I'm willing to push it. I think that's honestly as far as it goes, period, so I couldn't push it any farther if I wanted to. Upper bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow gets, I'd say, about single joint range, but I don't think it's the worst. It's just, I wish it got, for my Nightwing, it should be more. And that's how I feel about that torso range as well. Damn it, Mezco. If you could only just give it a little more range. It's got okay range back, but got the twist, so you can throw some punches. The legs kick up to there. And this will hinder if you have that thing on there, but not much more than it just is hindered. Kick forward, kick back a little. You got it swivels on the ball. Feels a little soft under there, so I'd be careful. You got the double jointed knee. The knee will probably be, it'll be a little bit hindered by this if you have this on there, but not by too much. You have kind of a boot cut if you want to do. And then for Mezco, it's got, I'd say that's almost Morbius level. And for anyone that knows, Morbius has some of the best Mezco ankle articulation. So, it's really nice to get. Now we're going to get into size comparisons. So for size comparisons, first we're going to have to make sure he's stood up. What we're going to do is bring the camera in a little bit so that nothing knocks over. And then we're going to start off with all the Nightwings I have in my collection. Here's the DC Icons Nightwing with, this is some Marvel Legends baton that I have him with. And then we have the Mafex, which is still probably the best, but I do think I prefer the Mezco just because of the feel of it, and I feel like it's not going to break on me anytime soon. But if Mafex released a repaint of this in red, like they've been doing with a lot of stuff, repainting them, I would probably pick that up. This is the custom one that my friend Matt sent me. So this is, all the Nightwings I have for now. Can't wait to get, I have a Lego Nightwing, but I'm not pulling that out. Hopefully Amazing Yamaguchi tackles him next. That's my real dream. And a good quality Amazing Yamaguchi Nightwing. Oh, the dream. And also, I wanted to see, just for my own personal choices, if the heads would, they won't. Damn it. Well, looks like he's going to still be rocking the, Gotham Knights head sculpt for now. But, now we will get into other more official things. So for officials, we have, they had these in the promo. They didn't have Blue Batman, but Blue Batman's the only Mezco Batman I own. This is the Mezco Robin. And this is going to be Mezco Batman. And yeah, they look really good together, I think. Dick is a little taller, but also I use this as my old man Batman. So I think this is going to work. And also, if you wanted to use this, like I said, as Batman Beyond, put a Batman Beyond head sculpt on there. Mwah. It works very well. So, Robin's still a little tall for my liking, but the rest of the scaling, I think, scales okay. Like I said, Dick, for me, Dick can be tall, short. I'm cool with either. And then here's a couple more customs. My friend Matt sent me this one. And if you couldn't tell, that's a Tom Holland head sculpt. And then this is the custom Red Hood I made a couple years ago before they ever even announced a Mezco Red Hood. And I still really like this one, and this one will not leave my collection. But that Mezco Red Hood, when it comes out, it's going to go somewhere. So, yeah. And then one more custom that my friend Matt made is this Batgirl. And it's not the best ever because he used one of the older bodies from Mezco, and those aren't great bodies, and he kind of just glued them on. It's kind of like just a proof of concept. It's not really something you want to be, moving around and posing a lot because it's not really going to do much. But for just standing there on the shelf, she looks good, and that's my next. I really need someone to tackle her. I know Mafex is, but that could take a while before that comes out. Mezco and Amazing Yamaguchi, I want you guys to go after her. Amazing Yamaguchi needs to tackle way more Batman characters. Like, a Robin from Amazing Yamaguchi would be awesome. Like I said, a Batgirl. Or we already kind of got the Arkham Red Hood. Even if they just gave us the Arkham versions, I think that would be so cool. And then we got a couple Mafexes. Just want to see what he looks like. The Mafex Bane is still pretty big and imposing next to him, so I like that. And then this is the Mafex Superboy. He's a little short even for Mafex standards. If you want to use him more as a, I don't know, like adult Superboy. Yeah, this is not going to fit with this Mezco, but I just figured I'd show it off. Because I like Superboy and I like Nightwing. And I like Bane. Bane's pretty cool. And then we have, this is just a standard Marvel Legends that I have laying around. I figured this is this is a figure a lot of people would have, at least this base body. And this is one of my favorite Mezcos. It's a little short. If they updated this, I would buy the update. That's all I got to say about that. Love Constantine. So, and then last but not least, well, maybe not last. I might pull out a few more, but this is the NECA Slash. Oh, he dropped something off of him. I don't know what it was. Oh, it's a phone. And then the Mezco Donnie. And, if you know me, my favorite turtle is Donnie, and my favorite DC character and character of all time, like I said a myriad of times, is Nightwing. And Slash is probably my second or third favorite Turtles character, so he's up here too. So yeah, nice to get them out. Now let's see. Maybe you want to see him with some other non-DC Mezcos. We have the Mezco Wolverine, and he's too tall. I will say that still. This is the Jada Toys Cammy, and she's way too small next to him. If Mezco ever tackled Street Fighter, I think that would be dope as hell. And then I think we have a couple Star Wars. Here's the Star Wars Black Series Commander Cody, and he's way too short. And he has I put the Baby Yoda on him, and this is the Mafex Mandalorian. So yeah, he's a big guy. This is a pretty big dick. Well, that's what she said, but not to me, sadly. Just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding, but I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. The Amazing Yamaguchi Deadpool just keeps falling apart. So if you get this, make sure you try not to get the one with the shitty legs, because these just pop off like they're nothing. Like, you see that? I move one, the other one pops. Be careful with that. And make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, if you like the video, please comment. Let me know, any suggestions you have for other figures I should pick up, anything I should be doing differently, etc. What you like, what you don't like, if you just want to talk about toys, I'm down. Then I'll be down. I read the comments. I like the comments. If you're here to just be negative assholes, don't, because I don't care. It doesn't hurt my feelings. But if you want to be nice and talk it out, I'm cool with that. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm glad you're here, and have a good day, everyone. Bye.